Hi, I'm Green Frogman, a US stock investor based in South Korea. I've invested nearly 500k mostly in tech stocks. Since deciding to invest, I've read over 100 books on investing, and I started to think, wait, am I reading the same book again? That's because many of the great investors share the same principle. Today, I'd like to share the core messages I've learned from those investing legends. One of the key principles that the greatest investors emphasize is this: you must overcome your primitive instincts to survive in the market. Since humans first appeared on Earth about 300,000 years ago, our brains have barely changed. That means our minds still react instinctively. In the modern financial jungle, the survival instincts that once protected our ancestors in the hunting era still live within our genes today. We feel comfortable following the crowd. We focus more on the present than the future, as if tomorrow might never come. And we naturally resist change, preferring the familiar over the unknown. But if we want to become part of the exceptional few, we must consciously reject these primitive instincts. The first instinct we need to overcome is the herd instinct. In prehistoric time, staying with the group was essential against predators and enemies. But in the world of investing, following the crowd usually leads to failure. The constantly rising and falling stock prices are nothing more than a reflection of the crowd's emotion. Those who truly survive in the market are the ones who can distance themselves from emotions and focus on the underlying fundamental. In investing, what truly matters is not information, but the ability to endure solitude. The path of investing alone is often lonely and uncertain. It becomes even harder when people around you say, "Not now," or "the stock market is over." But in investing, the most important moments are when you must be right while everyone else is wrong. That ability begins with training yourself to shut out the noise of the crowd and listen to your own voices. Ask yourself, is this fear I'm feeling truly mine, or have I simply borrowed it from others? When you see the crowd moving in one direction, hold for a moment and ask why. Because in both investing and life, real growth begins not within the crowd, but when you dare to stand alone. The second instinct we must overcome is the instinct to seek immediate pleasure. For our primitive ancestors, survival came first. With the constant fear that tomorrow might bring death, they chose to consume everything today instead of saving for the future. But for us, modern humans, the chance of living to 100 years is far greater than the chance of dying tomorrow. This simple shift in perspective can completely transform how we spend, save, and invest. In my own life, I've chosen not to spend money on short-lived pleasures like luxury cars or overseas trips. Instead, I convert more than half of my income into US stock, real assets that will grow over time. As the numbers in my investment account rise, it's not just my wealth that's increasing, it's my sense of control over the future. That confidence gives me more self-respect than any luxury car and deeper satisfaction than any vacation could ever offer. The money I spend today will be gone by tomorrow, but the US stocks I buy today will still be with me 10, even 20 years from now, quietly working to make my future self wealthy. The final instinct we must overcome is the instinct to resist change. In primitive time, moving to unknown lands or hunting unfamiliar animals was a deadly gamble. Our genes were programmed to make the familiar feel safe. Our brains still see change itself as a threat, and staying in familiar routines seems like the most rational survival strategy. But modern society works the exact opposite way. If we fail to adapt, we fall behind. If we stop learning, we lose ground. Information updates every day, and technology evolves in real time. No one can survive on the knowledge they learned in the past alone. In today's capitalist world, failure in learning or investing does not mean death, as it did in primitive time. In fact, failure is the fastest way to growth. From my experience, no failure has ever been fatal. What you learned yesterday cannot carry you through tomorrow. We now live in an era where stability is no longer safe. In the age of AI, change is accelerating faster than ever, and that's exactly why we need a daily learning routine. Spend just 15 minutes a day reading a financial newspapers, or even one page of an investing book. Taking the first step, courageously leaving the comfort of familiarity, is what will guide you toward becoming wealthy in the future. Instead of joining the crowd's fear when stock prices fall, think contrarian. Instead of spending for immediate pleasure, convert your present consumption into future assets. And instead of settling for comfort, never stop learning. This is the core mindset to overcome our primitive instincts and build wealth in a capitalist society. I hope your investing journey becomes a true journey of mastering your instincts. Thank you for watching today's long video. If you enjoyed my video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support really means a lot. Thank you.